Hello, Leo. Welcome to a timeless Justice for Leo reading where we discuss the topic of justice, however the conversation would like to carry itself, via one of the two sister energies that I read for, which on this channel belongs to the energies of Sekhmet. Bear in mind that in her delivery, you, the listener, may find the energies to be merciful or merciless. However, that is in true form and how she would like to trigger and disclose the energies that are to come. Bear in mind that I, 7th, will hold this conversation to the highest form of vibrational context I am able to. And know that you have tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have made time for. So not everything may be to your liking. Take whatever is to your liking or resonates and leave anything with the reading behind with me that may not have been to your liking. Again, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. The description box below will have content on how to travel between the two sister channels that I have, as well as giving you access in some way or another to my website that will give you more information as to who and what I am, as well as booking any of the services that might be to your liking to explore. Please bear in mind that however I have made it possible for you to book a reading via my website is in true form to also break down the walls of expectation and delivery and whatever else is in place as to why it is the way it is, okay? I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but there is a reason for it, and I'm not questioning it. All right, anyway. Remember that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific within a reading. However, femininity both has feminine and masculine energies. Masculinity as well has feminine and masculine energies. Know that you being here in any association to the verbiage of Leo is again in true form and or of the latter. All right, justice for Leo. Oof. Unresolved trauma. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. I say that, and then the Ten of Swords flips here. Okay. To be honest, it's not in the way, but it is in the atmosphere. It's not something that is immediately pressing for you to really hash in and to do, but your involvement in this trajectory is part of a possibility to detox. And I'm saying a possibility to detox because this is, unfortunately for some of you, having to do with your shadow. And your shadow, unless you dictate the conversation with it, will always go unaddressed. And then it's that seeping elephant in the room of your life that you don't know why something is there. And there seems to be resistance towards it. But addressing the resistance is not magnetizing, it's more repelling. And that's a problem in the atmosphere of carrying this so-called weight. Because you shouldn't repel something, you should magnetize opportunities. So there is an influx here of a pattern issue here. There's a pattern issue. Knight of Pentacles. You're intrigued by this so-called issue, all right? You're protected into being able to handle anything that might seem not so pleasurable in your life right now. You have the ability to turn on the ego of interest and capitulate your energies towards this so-called shadow and give it a dance and give it an opportunity to sing for itself, to disclose itself, give it a voice, allow it to speak for itself, allow for it to become what it is attached to you to be. Ignoring that aspect of yourself is absolutely unfair to everything having to do with you, past, present, and future. That weight makes you feel uncomfortable, but you also do know that it is a revolutionizing way to have emotional, cathartic, honest, and deep relationship and connection with someone. Because you have it with yourself, right? you're on that journey. Some of you have been on that journey to know yourself that deeply. And although other people may not want to have a relationship with you and think of their own life that deeply, you are giving them a magnetism to consider it of that possibility because they're attached to you in one way or another. So there might be something of you permeating that may give them interest to participate in that same song and dance. Maybe they won't go as deep. Maybe they go a little bit less. Maybe they stay on a shallow end. Maybe they go deeper than you. But whatever it is, as long as there's an engagement towards wanting to not repel each other, but magnetize and grow due to us rejuvenating ourselves, that's all we can really ask for and expect changes to permeate profit. Ace of Cups, the profit. The isolation of knowing you bring something, whether that's your perception, your forgiveness, your closure, your boundaries, the act of you giving yourself to a situation or replenishing that of which you bring action to is the most rejuvenating process. You see yourself grow, you see others grow, you see fault lines of yourself, you see fault lines of other people, and that's all due to vulnerability. The exposed vulnerability that lie close to someone's heart. And some of that is anger, some of that is trauma based on sexual exploitation, some of it is not knowing and being afraid of tomorrow. There's so many things that is existential that can perpetuate the conversation of maybe fear or guilt or regret or mistakes or betrayal. However, that is part of a story. Every superhero has a villain, right? So to deny that there has to be a riddance of all things ugly is a very classless way to say that you are in charge of putting the terminology on what is ugly. What you might seem as ugly or what might repel you might not be a repelling of someone else, let's say. Working through that, finding law and order, finding justice, finding discipline, finding integrity, finding anything is part of the struggle, right? Not impossible, but part of the struggle. Yep, that's part of the struggle. Five of Pentacles here with the Two of Pentacles. And some of you understand that although this is part of the struggle, this is also part of the, put a twist of perspective on it, the chance of sovereignty, strength. For some people, it's even faith. For some people, it's even belief. Growth, courage, self-esteem, affirmation. Anything but denial. Yep, anything but denial. Taking full accountability. Ace of Wands. We have Seven of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles here. It's say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Some of you need to write out your emotions, keep a journal, keep a log, just keep writing. You need to physically write. There needs to be a flow of who and what you are. going through the ink and reaching that paper. Ten of Pentacles. Again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Queen of Swords. I mean, listen, you have a watchful eye as to who and what you are. You've been having that for a long time. You do hold yourself accountable for a lot of the things that you open yourself up to, whether that's, you know, psychedelics or just using Mother Nature to capitulate and open up your mind. Some of you need to relearn how to ground that sense of triggering of self, because there is a form for some of y'all seeing too much and not being able to, in the third dimension, give yourself the right kind of grounding where you have less anxiety. It shouldn't be that you open your mind so much and then when it comes to dealing with the everyday dealings, you have anxiety. Something is more or less quote-unquote wrong or quote-unquote unaddressed. And it needs to be addressed by you, the ego. That's it. All right, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing.